It's time for Congress to vote on replacing Obamacare, but the newest plan appears to be on the brink of collapse. It still does not have enough Republican support to pass in the House.
The House will vote today on a compromise budget. The president plans to sign it, but he's not happy with concessions to Democrats. He tweeted yesterday that a good shutdown of the government would force the Senate to pass a better budget for next year. Major Garrett is at the White House, where the president is working to save the health care bill. Major, good morning.
Good morning. The White House is scrambling, and the president will meet here today with two influential House Republicans now opposed to the latest version of a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. This hastily arranged session between the president and Congressman Fred Upton of Michigan and Billy Long of Missouri will look for a way to protect coverage for pre-existing conditions without losing the votes of House conservatives who've recently come on to the bill.
This is what winning looks like.
President Trump cut a deal with congressional Democrats to keep the government open and running until the end of September. He landed more defense spending, but he didn't fund the wall or cut nearly as much as he wanted. Our country needs a good shutdown in September to fix mess, the president wrote on Twitter, his way of protesting the concessions.
I don't think threatening a shutdown is good for America.
Democrats sounded the alarm.
I've been through a couple shutdowns.
Office of Management and Budget Director Mick Mulvaney was asked what a good shutdown would look like. The 2013 shutdown reportedly cost taxpayers $24 billion.
It would be one that fixes this town.
So what would the
that one that
president
drives
say?
the message back home to people that it really was as broken as they thought that it was when they voted for Donald Trump.
On health care, the president is impatient for a win.
How's health care coming, folks?
Details no longer elude House Republicans, but votes still do.
I think it's time now, right? Right? They know it's time.
The latest CBS News count shows the revised bill teetering on the edge. Yesterday, Republicans lost the vote of influential moderate Congressman Fred Upton, who said the new changes to the bill would torpedo protections for those with pre-existing conditions.
We were brought up to believe that we live in the greatest country in the world.
Late-night comedian Jimmy Kimmel drew attention to that topic during an emotional monologue about his son, who was born with a heart defect.
If your baby is going to die, and it doesn't have to, it shouldn't matter how much money you make. I think that's something that, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or something else, we all agree on that, right? I mean, we do.
Kimmel's plea caught the eye of former President Obama, who tweeted, "That's exactly why we fought so hard for the ACA." Gayle, the fate of the Affordable Care Act appears to hinge on whether coverage for pre-existing conditions will be a federal guarantee or a state option.
Yeah, many people touched by Jimmy's emotional plea the other night. Thank you very much, Major.